Hi, so welcome to my sketchbook tour, I guess. So this is kind of funny because this is not only the first sketchbook that I've ever kept, it will also be my first ever sketchbook tour and my first ever video. So we're kind of knocking off, a lot of firsts today. I'm very excited to get started. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. This is my second time trying to record this because I realized that I said with pretty much every single turn of a page and I couldn't listen to that, so I'm starting over. Can I open the book? Oh my gosh, we did it. Okay, so I started this book at the end of May on the 26th and I finished it just today actually, so that would be August 7th. This took me about like 2.5 months, I want to say. I'm not very good at math, so that could be very, very wrong. But, we'll say that's what it is. So, here's my first actual illustration in here. I drew my cats and I. I've heard people say that this one doesn't really look like a cat, but I don't know, it makes sense to me. This is Val and this is Misha. Here I am. Then this is some things from my room. I just wanted to draw on or write in my goals, so I wanted to work on light, color, anatomy, and this is new mediums just because I mostly work with like acrylic markers and I wanted to branch out a lot. Spoiler alert, I did not branch out. So here I have my three main OCs, Dizzy, Trix, and Pepper. Ignore Pepper, she's going through it, okay? But I just wanted to kind of introduce them to the book very early on. Please get used to them because they are going to show up so much. Here is Pepper and Trix. I just wanted to figure out some posing, and this was Dizzy. She was very, very new at the time, so I just really wanted to get her design figured out. Here I drew some ducks. I just did these at school. They're all in very different designs, which I think is kind of funny. This is a little duck that my friend drew. Here I have some characters from Genshin Impact. I know, guys. So this is Siegewin and this is Arlecchino, and then I drew their little weapons right here. Oh, and then this is some tape from Howl's Moving Castle. My friend got it for me, so I don't really know where it's from. Here's Dizzy. I was trying to figure out her weapons, and then I was kind of trying to figure out how to draw her. I was gonna make a full like painting of her, which I did end up doing. That is somewhere else. This is just some school stuff. That's kind of trickled in here. I don't know what I mean. This was another concept that I had. So this is some like album covers. This is Tyler the Creator and Chappell Roan, for example. Machine Girl, if you know. Then these are just some like sharks and then a little manatee from this app. I just wanted to draw them because my shark Athena went missing and I was very sad. This is the first actual like spread that I did. So this is mostly just one character from Sailor Moon, just kind of spread around. This is Dizzy over here, and this is some random like magical girl on Pinterest. Here I drew this building because I used to draw buildings quite a bit and I just wanted to get back into it, but I really don't like how this one came out. So I just kind of tried to fill up the page with other things. I drew this woman behind the building and then this like girl kind of crouched over, I guess. These three are all from Pinterest, so you know. This is Toothless right here. I just thought he looked really cute and I wanted him in my book. And then I have Dizzy right there. Here's Dizzy again, and Pepper and Trix. I thought that they were all having like a sleepover kind of situation. Trix is saying help. I don't really know why. This is a scene from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, or at least it's supposed to be. It's kind of hard to tell just because it's super messy, but there's Spider-Man right there, just kind of looking out at the city. This is Dizzy and Trix again. I was trying to figure out their designs. Some random schoolwork. I'm just gonna flip over this. So this is from Arcane. It's kind of confusing, I think. This is actually two different scenes. So this is like the bridge that goes into Piltover, except I gave up with trying to draw Piltover because I just didn't have the energy. There's Caitlin here. She has like a gun. I really like how the gun came out. I think it looks super nice. And then this is like the kind of statue that Caitlin and her mom used to hang out at. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like it. I just think it's a lot to look at. This is some random doodles from my biology class, I believe. So this is a little sticker from Parblo, which is a drawing tablet that I got for myself. And then this, I feel like, is a good time to point out the fact that I'm actually not Christian. I was doing a volunteer thing with a friend where we were making logos for this, like, summer camp. So yeah, just ignore that, I guess. So this is some drawings of, like, some guns. I think they look okay. It's another page that's very bright. I drew some deer. This little guy is, unfortunately, you know, he's sleeping, okay? And then over here, I drew a kind of like pool day that my friends and I had. This is me right here, and then for the sake of the video, I'm gonna say this is pineapple and this is kiwi. Yeah, I love us so much. I don't know why I chose these fruit because we're all allergic to them, and I thought that was funny. This is Olivia and this is Tammy. I was trying to figure out Art Fight, which this was my first year competing in it. I kind of gave up halfway through, but here we are. This is Kensley and Olivia. I thought they would maybe be friends. Here's some more Art Fight stuff. I'm just going to skip through that. You can pause if you want to. More Art Fight stuff, but this is my character Mercy. So this is the tiger from K-pop Demon Hunters, and this is the little bird behind him. I really like how this drawing came out. Less so this one. This one, he looks kind of insane. And then over here I have these teeth. I was just kind of feeling very mundane. Or just, I don't know, I was upset, so I drew those. I took a break from drawing for a second, and I was trying to get back into it with this. I really don't like how it came out, honestly, but I like the colors, I guess. This was just some girl on Pinterest. I was trying to figure out an animatic that I wanted to do, but I never got around to it. More Art Fight stuff. This was some stuff from this little kind of gacha machine at this boba shop, and I just wanted to stick them in here. I drew this on the plane on my way to Colorado, or maybe I was already in Colorado, I don't know. But, you know, I like it. I think it's cute. I like the horses. And then over here, I just have this random girl. I don't know who she is. And then these little buildings in the back. I really like how these buildings came out. They're kind of messy, but I guess I just like that about them. I don't know. I think they complement each other well. So I actually don't really like this page. It's off, I guess. I like this eye over here, and then I like Fiorina and her little animals, her little companions. But overall, I think the page is kind of like, it just doesn't feel nice to look at, I guess. I don't know. These are characters from shows that I watched as a kid, so I'm so sorry, I don't know how to say her name. She's from Lego Elves, which is like a Netflix show, if you've ever seen it. This is Dashi from Octonauts. This is Ahsoka. She's from Clone Wars, which is like a Star Wars thing. We have Strawberry Shortcake, who is from Strawberry Shortcake. Care Bears, and then I just drew Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse because I watched that when I was like really, really little. So I didn't want to I don't know, give it as much glory. Here I drew my friends and I's cats. This one's me, and then this is pineapple and kiwi. Some random little drawings. I like this fish thing. I forget what they're called, but they actually taste very good. I've had one recently for the first time. This is my character Mercy. I did the 16 personalities quiz for her. I'm not really sure if I like what I ended up coming out with. I don't really think it's her. And I don't really like this drawing of her either. It just feels very like she feels misrepresented. Here we have Dizzy and Pepper. I think this is the first time they've been fully colored in this book. But yeah, there they are. I gave Pepper a redesign for the first time, and I really love how it came out. And then here I have Olivia and this little guy I found on Pinterest, I guess. And this ear. I really like this ear. I love these piercings. I think it looks very cool, actually. Here I have this character Peyton. I don't really know kind of who he is yet. I just have this very vivid image of this person in my brain, and so I wanted to put it on paper. And then I drew Pepper here again, and then this is The Last Unicorn, if you've ever seen that movie. So this is, oopsies. This is supposed to be Varka from Genshin, but I gave up because I don't know, I don't really like drawing like this. Here I drew Dizzy and Pepper together. I was kind of trying to understand what their relationship to each other was. So this is funny. This is the Joker. It's like this meme, and I like to send it to my friends, and so I wanted to draw him in here because I think he looks great. So great. And then I drew the little like Lego Batman, but pink. And then this is like the Brat summer thing. I was feeling very nostalgic. I think it would have been funny if I put the Brat behind the Joker. But I didn't, so I have Trix in front of here. I don't really like how she looks, but I think it's okay. It's a funny page. Here I just have some houses. They're not super defined, but I like the feeling of them, I guess. I don't know. Some dishes, and then this I just drew because I was still feeling nostalgic. I can't really, I don't know why. I was trying to draw my YouTube profile, which I do want to change actually. And then I had these guys. I don't like how they look. I think they look really weird. It's not, no. This page I really like actually. There's this little alien in this little bathing suit. I think she's super cute. And then I drew my friend and I getting married just because we kind of have this joke about that. And then I drew Pepper over here, and there's a little cat marrying us. I don't know, I like this page. I think it's fun and cute. There's so much noise going on outside right now. Anyways, I have Trix and Pepper again hanging out, and then here is Lala. This is her first time ever being drawn, which I thought was just so fun. She looks very, very cute. I love her. Still trying to figure out who she is and her design and everything, but that's kind of the case with everyone, so I decided pretty much immediately that Trix and Lala were going to be like best friends. So I just have them running here together. And then this little rat right here. I love rats. I don't draw enough of them. I think they're great. If you couldn't tell by my channel name, I'm a fan. This is a girl I found on Pinterest. She looks frightened. Here I have Lala again. I just drew her with some flowers. I thought they look cute. I like this bouquet. It's not super defined, but it's fine. And then I have the group here. I imagine Pepper is kind of, sorry, not Pepper. Dizzy is kind of like indifferent. She's like, some random little doodles. More random doodles. I tried to draw my cat and he looks wrong. He just looks very wrong. I had 46 pages left, so I just drew this little guy. I was very excited about it. Okay, So here, hold on. Here I have Olivia again. She kind of developed over the course of Art Fight, so I wanted to update her. I have these buildings here. I actually really like this page. I think it's super colorful and nice. This was a Pinterest challenge where you basically just draw the first thing that pops up. So I have this little turtle and there's a cat in here. There's this little face in the middle which I really like. There's also a preschool that is right next to me, so if you hear like children, that's why. I have this little raccoon, and then I have... Why is there so much noise going on all at the same exact time? Oh my god. Hi. No! There's my cat. Hold on. I have to remove him from the premise. Go on. No. No kitties. Okay, that was a crazy interruption. Anyways, I have this little raccoon, I have Trix over here. I have Guoba and Shangling. These are both from Genshin Impact. And then Nefa's little, like, bot. Then this is gonna be, if you stick around, you'll see what this is for future videos. Here I have just this little tape thing. I put it in because the markers from the last page bled over. I don't like this drawing that much. Here I have, this was supposed to be Mizuki, but she kind of looks like Columbina, which is fine. This little comic I wanted to work on, but I honestly don't think I'll ever get around to it. I really like these dogs that I drew in here. I think they look super nice. This little bunny, and this is just like stuff from my desk, and then me in the corner. Here I have this like goat thing I found on Pinterest. Maybe it's like a sheep, I don't know. I really like it. I think it looks great. And then this girl right here, I don't really like her that much, honestly. And then I have this, my persona. And then I tried to draw this ferret. He looks insane. He does not look like a ferret at all, but I think he's kind of charming anyways. Just some random doodles. I'm gonna skip over this kind of quickly because the video's getting a little bit long, but this is Hatsune Miku, but like buff. And then my cat down here. And then just more random doodles and stuff. We went to California, so that's why that's there. This hand, I really like this hand. I think it looks great. This little guy I found on Pinterest. Whole lot of Pinterest in here. Then there's this girl, also found on Pinterest, but I don't really like how this came out. My pen exploded. I drew this sailboat because the room we were sleeping in when we were in California had like all these sailboat beds, which was just super cool. And then there's this moth in here, which I really, really like. I think it's so pretty. And then I drew Layla from Genshin. She's my favorite character. Here I drew Trix. She looks cute. Little doodles. More Trix. I gave her pink because I imagined Lala like gave her a cardigan or something. I don't know. I tried to draw a unicorn, but I don't really like how it looks. And then here's Trix. She's like a barista in her normal job, so I just kind of drew her looking grumpy because I thought it was funny. I don't know. Here are a ton of little doodles. I drew the Who Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus thing. That's like a book that I read as a kid. And then here's Poisson Steve, and I drew a Capri Sun like drink. I don't know why that's there, but side profile that I don't really like. I want to get better at these. I actually really like this girl. I think she looks kind of like manic in a way that I really like. And then I drew just this little star and me in bed because I was so tired. I really wanted to go to sleep, but I also was so close to finishing the book. This is kind of like the fifth girl. She doesn't have a name yet. This is the only time I've ever drawn her. I'm hoping that she'll be the final one, but I don't know. This was like a little packing list thing. I just needed to remember some stuff. Some little monsters. I drew these super quickly because there was only like 1 or 2 pages left and I really wanted to be done. And then, yeah, so speak of the devil, this is the last page. So I just decided to swatch a ton of pens that I had kind of been using. I don't really use these. These are Hoo Posca, and then these are like Bianyo or something. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I have just my little character and an apple, and yeah, that's pretty much it. There is a couple pages in the back here, but I'm not really going to show those because they have like a lot of personal notes. I will show these stickers though that I have back here. I just think that they're super cute. This was from like a protest, and then these are from my friend who moved to Australia actually, so she just gave me some stickers. Yeah, just a final little look at the cover and the back and stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I know there was like a lot of interruptions. I'll do my best to figure out editing. But yeah, please let me know if you would like to see anything more from me, I guess. I don't know. I'm super excited to be doing this YouTube thing, and I'm hoping to post a video talking about kind of my plans and what I want to be doing. So yeah, just let me know if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!